Okay, Alex, this one's for you. Going to go over the various accessories that I added to the bike, and I'm going to shut it off for now. So, the QuadLock with the vibration dampener and the charging unit was added so that I can put the phone up there, maintain a charge. I've added the Garmin Zumo XT2 along with its mounting plate and features. We've got one plug that's got two USB A's that can convert to C on the other end, so I can use those to actually charge the camera. And then this piece right here is a 12-volt cigarette lighter, and we'll figure out what we can use that for. The other item that we added to the bike, I'm a tall guy, long arms, and so the long reach handlebars along with the riser to get it up off. A couple of the bikes I tried prior to purchasing this from Moto Member, the ends of the handlebars dug into my thighs when I was going from lock to lock with the wheels. So this handlebar and the riser seem to have taken care of that very well. I also added the sport windshield, which is slightly taller. Again, I'm about 6'5" tall, and so that taller windshield kind of helps to spread the wind up and over me. The other item in there are the Venetian blinds on that windshield, so we can tone down the amount of airflow that we're pushing through, depending on what the temperature is like where we are. The other item added was the dash bag for the top of the dash. So I've got things like my sunglasses and a couple of the plastic wrench and tool that goes with adjusting the invisible selfie stick with its clamp to the handlebars. Tightening them by hand, just hand, wasn't sufficient, so that little plastic wrench really paid off big time. The other item that was a new adder for this trip is the Sena Phantom ANC helmet that I purchased. I had wanted to get the Cardo Systems GTS Beyond, but they're not releasing those until summer. The ANC of the Sena is claiming a 20 dB reduction in noise with the active noise cancellation turned on. I've also got the Chinmount on there for attaching the Ace Pro 2 to the helmet. Got my Rhino Bag for some of the things that I'll carry that don't fit in the trunks or the frunks or the saddlebags. And the other thing we added was the passenger armrests up top. Let's see. Yeah, the floorboards have the slightly thicker rubber, and then the LEDs running down along the sides. So you can see that increase in visibility. And then the other item we added were the Tricle Sequential 4-ways, so you can see how that flashes and moves along both sides. You can also see one of the most important features, the addition of the Rusty Rides America 2026 Epic Ride. That was something we did just to kind of self-identify. So I guess we'll start in the trunk. I've got the Shad bag that I'll pack with various and sundry items for here in the trunk. And then this is also where the Sena will go when I'm storing it when I get off the bike to go do something. The other piece I just added in here today, moving it because of stuff in the front. So that's my tool pouch with all my wrenches and Allen wrenches and sockets and screwdrivers and pliers and whatnot, should we need to do any kind of repairs on the road. So those are the Can-Am saddlebag bags. Again, I'm packing those with dailies, underwears, shirts, socks, that kind of thing. And then on the opposite side at the moment, it's the same bag, but in this one I've actually got my my rain jacket, my rain pants, and a couple of other small sundry things. And if we move up to the Frunk, you can see I've got the two-piece Frunk bag in here. So right now this has got the Spyder cover and my second bearskin tactical jacket that I'm still trying to decide if I'm taking with me. And then contained down at the bottom of the Frunk, that's got my Fantik X9 air compressor, and then also my NOCO GB40 battery jumper. And right behind there is where the battery tender leads are, and where I would also connect if I had to jump it. And I think that's just about everything that we've got, that we've added to the Spyder. I mean, I did talk about the Selfie Stick. I've got an Insta360 X5 that mounts to the top of that. The Insta360 Ace 2 Pro will attach to the chin mount here on the Sena. And so, in fact, I'm going to end this recording, remount this, and head home. The item we missed in the park when we were talking about the features of the Sena helmet, it also has a set of brake lights in the rear of the helmet. So when you start to decelerate, the lights will come on and flash to catch anybody behind you, catch their attention, and then that will go to a slightly longer flash, and then finally to a full on flash if the deceleration occurs or continues to occur. The other item that we'll talk about is the Insta360 Mic Airs. We've now got one for the Insta360 X5 and one for the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. This allows us to have audio on both cameras and in both sets of videos, and if there's any distinction between them, at least we've got coverage for it. The final item that we're looking at with regard to the cameras is the stop record button on the cameras is very finicky and stiff, so it takes a fair amount of pressure to actually turn it on and off, and you're not always sure that you've done that. So Insta360 offers a set of remote switchers that will turn the recording on the camera and turn the recording off on the camera. And so I've got two of those coming, again, one for the X5 and one for the Ace Pro 2. The final item that we missed in the park, and I'm showing you here in the garage at this point, is that I added an acrylic skid plate to the bottom of the Spyder. The Spyder is fairly low to the ground. There's like 4.5 inches of clearance, and I was concerned about possibly bottoming it out if there were any potholes in the roads. And so we've added that on, and when I was doing one of my rides on the local loop, coming over the rise of the hill, and all of a sudden there the entire road was tore up across the width from the winter upheaval from the cold weather, causing upheaval of the pavement in the road. So the skid plate definitely did its job that day, and at least one other time I've encountered some cobbled areas where I wound up scraping against there. One of the embedded features in the skid plate, though, is a set of LEDs around the perimeter, and you'll see those with the remote control. They've got a demo mode that will cycle through the various colors that are on offer. Based on conversation with a Moto member, the thinking was that for driving on the road, probably better to leave the lights set to the white LED color so as to not be distracting other drivers and maybe not be an issue with any state laws. So that would be the way I would approach that. And with that, I think we've covered all of the various accessories and features that we've added to the bike. And Alex, that one was for you. Hey, let's ride.